Today is Monday, November 15th, 2021. We start with the invocation. Would you please pray with me? Heavenly Father, as we gather here tonight, we're blessed to be meeting together. We're still not quite done with the coronavirus, but thanks to vaccines, some herd immunity, and boosters, it's sure not as bad as it was last year. And so we thank you for the blessing of those vaccines and for our continued health. We ask for your guidance and blessing on our state and national leaders. Please bless them with a spirit of grace and cooperation as they work through many challenges. Tonight, we're here to do city business. There's bills to pay, appointments to boards and commissions, policies to consider, hearings to hold, other decisions to be made with the long-term future of our city in mind. So we ask that you look down on those who have felt your call to be in attendance. For the council members and staff, please bless us with quiet and considerate attitudes, well thought out deliberations, and ultimately decisions that are best for all concerned. Please bless those in the audience and watching the broadcasts, the leaders of businesses and organizations who have the vision and commitment to help the city, the countless volunteers who are motivated to help, and informed citizens who have given us the privilege of their trust and support. Tonight we assembled the combined talents that you've given us for the benefit of Oskaloosa. May the words of our mouths and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in your sight. Amen. Amen. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Burnett.
Here.
Calgary.
Here.
Dross.
Here.
Moore.
Here.
Addison. Walling.
Here.
Yates.
Here.
Okay. Next item up is the opportunity for community comments. This item is reserved to receive comments from the community for concerns whether or not they're included on the agenda. The community is encouraged to speak before the mayor and city council, asked to keep statements brief, time limited to no more than 3 minutes. Any questions are to be asked to the city staff or the council members or mayor prior to speaking to the full council, so that way concerns can be properly researched and perhaps answered away from the meeting. Comments are to be directed to the mayor and city council only. Is there anyone who would like to speak tonight? Seeing none, we'll move on. Next item is the opportunity for the consent agenda. These are all items that are considered routine in nature. We handle them with a single vote. I did want to draw the council's attention to item E, which is the reappointment of representatives to the Mahaska County Solid Waste Management Commission, Janet Vanderbeek, Randy Veldhuisen, Steve Phillips, and myself. Also item F, which is a representative to the Board of Adjustment, Steve Kaisen, and then a resolution scheduling a public hearing, item G, for special assessment against private property for weed cutting. And item H, just making note of a resolution submitting a grant application for the Oskaloosa Airport of $32,000 under the American Rescue Plan for 2021. And then also item J, resolution approving the removal and disposal of city-owned playground equipment at Edmondson Park. I have been contacted more than a few times about the rocket slide. It stays. And so if anybody asks you, it stays. So with that, do we have a motion of support for the consent agenda?
Move. Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Walling.
Yes.
Yates.
Yes.
Burnett.
Yes.
Calgary.
Yes.
Dross.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item A on the regular agenda is to consider a resolution levying special assessments against private property for weed cutting. And let's see here. So this will require a public hearing. I did want to mention ahead of time that certified notices were sent to each property owner and a notice was published in the Oskaloosa Herald. If approved, the property owner would have 30 days from the time of filing with the Mahaska County Treasurer to pay for the weed cutting at the city clerk's office. After 30 days, it's assessed to their property taxes with a payment schedule at 9% interest. I believe we have 4 properties under consideration. I'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone who would like to speak to this? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Do we have a motion of support for the levying the special assessment?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Yates,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item B is to consider a resolution following conclusion of a public hearing on the reissuance of approximately $10,180,000. That's the outstanding amount of GO local option sales tax bonds that we have, Series 2020. This is to take action on the reissuance of those outstanding bonds. They were originally issued to pay the cost of the construction, improvement, equipping of the early childhood education and recreation facility at 1521 Green Street, owned by the city, utilized by the city and the Oskaloosa Community School District, being operated by the Mahaska County YMCA. It's a 501c3 organization. So it's deemed necessary and advisable that the city of Oskaloosa needs to provide for the reissuance of the bonds for a purpose of taking a remedial action to allow management and operation of the facility by the Mahaska County YMCA, being a nonprofit corporation described in section 501c3 of the Internal Revenue Code. So I'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone who would like to speak to this? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Do I have a motion of support for this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Gets us to item C. This is to consider an ordinance amending Chapter 1.16 regarding wards and precincts of the Oskaloosa Municipal Code. So after every federal decennial census, the City Council has to review its voting precinct and ward boundaries to verify that they comply with current law. Staff has completed the analysis of the 2020 census, determined that a minor shift of population has occurred between the wards and voting precincts over the last 10 years. The ward precinct populations now deviate by approximately 4% and need to be adjusted as close as possible, close to equal. The proposal that's in our agenda, and I believe it was on screen with the map, makes 3 minor adjustments to the current ward boundaries, resulting in wards deviating from the ideal population by less than 1%. The ward boundaries are more compact, easier to describe. Changes have been reviewed and approved by the Mahaska County Auditor and are expected to pass Iowa Secretary of State review by meeting or exceeding all state requirements. The City Council must complete changes to its precinct and ward boundaries by December 27th, which is 60 days after Iowa's legislative district changes become law. The attached ordinance amends the ward precinct boundaries as described in the municipal code and authorizes the staff to submit the changes to the appropriate county and state officials. Do we have a motion of support?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this?
Did you have to do a public hearing?
Oh, you're right, thank you.
Sorry.
I'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone? Now we got a motion to say. Is there anyone who would care to speak to this tonight? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Any comments from council? Roll call, please.
Calgery,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Okay, item D is to consider a resolution adopting a revised fee schedule for the city of Oskaloosa. Annually, the staff reviews and presents a consolidated fee schedule document for council consideration. Noted in the agenda packet are the recommended changes made from the current fee schedule. There's only a few of them. If approved, staff is requesting that the snow removal fees become effective upon approval, and all of the other items become effective January 1 of 2022. So for the fire department, we're separating the snow removal fees from weed and tree trimming fees, and updating the snow removal fee from fee plus actual cost to just a flat fee per removal. Oskaloosa Public Library is adding makerspace material fees. Parks and Recreation, they are actually removing fees for the bandstand PA system since it doesn't get requested for use that often. And the police department is asking for approval of an ordinance change, increasing the parking ticket fines from $10 to $20 if paid within 30 days, and from $10 to $25, or $15 goes to $25 get paid after 30 days. Do we have a motion of support for the revised fee schedule?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
I have a question where it says the revenues can be increased 4,000 to 6,000 with the parking. Is that primarily around when we have snow ordinances, or are we doing quite a bit of, I'll say, downtown ticketing? I kind of thought that exercise was, we weren't doing a lot of ticketing downtown.
We are not doing a lot of downtown ticketing like we used to do with the CSL, but these are complaint-based tickets primarily. So there would be some snow runs, but those numbers are based on our average over the last couple of years.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other comments or questions regarding the fee schedule? Roll call, please.
Drost,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item E, we're going to pull off of the agenda. It was a first reading for an ordinance, but we're unclear as to whether or not we needed to do a public hearing and notice of that public hearing ahead of time. So we're going to take it off just to be on the safe side. Item F, this is to consider a motion executing a contract with Sidekick Development for consultant services on the Early Childhood Education and Recreation Center project. So at the October 8th, 2021 council special meeting, council approved moving forward with the proposal from Sidekick Development to serve as consultants on the Early Childhood Education and Recreation Center project. Services to begin December 1st and will provide owners representative and monitoring services during the next and last phases of the project. Fees for services will be $4,200 per month. Staff is recommending approval of this item. Do we have a motion of support?
Move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Moore,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Drost,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item G, this is to consider a motion executing a contract with Beanstra and Kim for engineering services on the Early Childhood Education and Recreation Center project. So again, at the October 8th of 2021 special council meeting, council approved moving forward with a proposal from Beanstra and Kim to provide an on-site review of the recreation pool and lap pool at the Early Childhood Education and Recreation Center and prepare a written report of findings and recommendations for repairs to the pool. Fees for services not to exceed $14,400. Do we have a motion of support?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this?
We had talked about them potentially being there to observe the backfill. Did that get discussed, how we're going to handle that, or the removal of the backfill?
Yes, they were wanting to have a little bit more information about that and kind of see what the proposal comes back from the company that would be doing that, so.
So we'll handle that separately when that's better defined.
Exactly, so they had this information right away available, but there's more questions to follow on that. So the price is something come back on that at the same time as the company that would be doing it.
All right, thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Walling,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Drost,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. That gets us to the end of the regular agenda. Items from city staff. Acting city manager, clerk.
I don't have anything, thank you.
Okay. City attorney, anything?
I would have nothing, thank you.
Okay. Going around robin, city council, Bob?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay, Joe?
Nope, nothing.
Okay, Scotty?
The Forest Cemetery Board met, and it was very agreeable, and we moved forward with some decisions there.
Okay, anything in particular?
No,
Okay.
Steve can.
Okay. Setting the table for him. All right. Doug?
Nothing tonight, sir, thank you.
Tom?
EMA 911 meets on the 30th, I believe it is, of this month.
Okay. Okay.
No, sir.
Steve? Okay. And I don't have anything to add either. With that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.